So Browse said the last leg of Bedroom Bread Chassis 540 Bepim Sabri to me. It's Eddie Brow and say me don't man hene cob na santi. Honorable Matthew Yindam Atinasi. I'm sure say by Riaba by now. And I still by my wow. It's seriously not just a month even July. June.
This month. The tail end of June.
Money Techima or I am going in terms of by time.
But I need to man ban temka crashing here. So it's possible, say, by 15 going, no. Techima can produce him.
I always remember that. The I keep reminding you because home for buy the brain in check. But on no, they're going to car and get to I'm so interested by okay, so the tail end of June.
Yes, June ending, no.
Okay.
People should start.
I feel attention in
but even though by the this time, but a old
one by the by the moon.
Someone who say by now can was by the some
yeah.
This time they but unfortunately, even marketing this time marketing about for my mom. It's been very bad for
market about form. Have you bothered to check why marketing was for mana? You need buy it and a bona control and a
bona perform.
Yes,
I think so. Demand and supply matters. When supply is still more and demand is low, obviously prices will fall.
Okay,
that's what I see. But for now, no, come market supply no that's all until prices no are perform as compared to some 2-3 months ago. That for now, yeah, that's.
But you bring your mokasas to their future, their welfare, but they don't have anything apart from the farms. Investment is key.
Very key.
Very key. What do they do?
I think that the last time I think agric in general, yeah, apart from cocoa sector, and maybe other few this the insurance component, yeah, fire near
uncle. Okay.
So we need as a country deliberately say you better form some schemes. Almost bet me contribute kakra because you cannot benefit when you don't contribute. So that at the end of the day, farm and a lifespan, a group be a own to me near humana, obey me depending on that. A friend is saying contributions now or no iron. Now investment now it be a government, and our bank, are investing, or more to me, and some returns. This, I think, say, offer Bank of your friends, Agri Development Bank. I think this is one of their core mandates. Ngesa omutimi eyamasa enkuafo. But unfortunately, entimi enye so effective apart from 3 cross area where you have the cocoa and some other side now when this is. But your honor must say farmers after ono na fuma nyani ya no 1 year onya bayre the following year wanya bayra na ohia ene odi an no.
Wow.
So I think that it might be a deliberate effort, a deliberate policy. Say you be addresses a particular
canker. So yes. Education and health. Who want to say?
Oh, education there. I mean for kwanya shina me wish BECE for no. Good luck. Especially nkwala omo work and I omo kwa chiro omo BECE. Me all the best. I know that they will come out with flying colors.
Have you been following through over years in Kuala Lumpur?
Oh yes.
Any challenges there? Have you been following through?
Challenges in there. Even as me know, I'm sure my friend will confess. Directors and us at now. Omo free epe muakra their transport materials.
Oh, more
from one center. And you centers no endorse.
So movement is a problem.
Exactly.
There's fuel and then car.
Fuel, especially for sometimes they will prefer areas maybe why a motorbike.
And yes, some people now can say, "No, on TSA, officer baby, I am crying."
Baby, I am crying. Movement is a problem, and I'm sure maybe my friend to his director or somebody would have called him, so we need support so that they can monitor. Monitoring is so important, and then deploying of materials, is so important. By GS, once someone ya no mutimi nka omasem one okoka kire no ya MPC ya baby so okra this is no enye den eniho ena this is no okra na as we speak no ska bia ni dan ho no ya no begina parliament na o ma dwa mo num say ya release bibia nkoy bibia ni gran ho no nti ama sa challenge no ho and it's one of these things ya na the examination more practices so no bad. People really don't see it because the teachers are supposed to do the work effectively. They need resources to be able to do it. In this moment, they are tempted to now rely on the children to pay. No, do contributions, do this, do this. And I will be a mama to me and support you. Now we are going to say, do I be a me watching me? And so we are there supporting me. These are some of the things that, as a nation, no, I think that we should quickly look at it because everybody is aware. So proper allocations and proper resources must be deployed so that the directors and the people involved, security supervisors, they can function and function very well. But you can't, although those remittances will go or those monies will go, by the end of the day, no. Now you know, anke somebody says can you know. Now omo ntimi anya kwan amfanye. But education largely is improving. Some time ago, Pandai na omo performance as to it's hard BECE we not never form, but abasoro kakra. But current challenge na no kra me call director HR. Yeah, staff strength in Pandai in general. Teacher phone be brave. Out.
You lobbied for them to come, but you don't give them the needed motivation for them to stay. That's the challenge.
Yes, that I agree with you. I agree with you. But the core mandate is that every district must have enough teachers. That's the core mandate. The
responsibility after having teachers is also to find a way.
With you. You know, teacher motivation is so key, and I will never downplay it. It's so key. Say, as I sit here, I'm preparing a package. Between my 4 years now, now me share kwan met me motivate you. Me previous years, I supported all the circuit with motorbikes, new motorbikes.
Wow.
I'm circuit supervisors. I intend to replicate the same thing in this my second coming, so that laptops and other things. So I bet me and idea support you. We'll be doing it, but nipa ba concern katanya kupon.
That's correct.
Yes, and a key kakra, but it will be a sacrifice here. But I must confess that some teachers have sacrificed a lot. If you omuna magic transfer crack, some have stayed there for a very long time. It be a jacob. But last one's now with the ban or almost I reposting. Ama bebre no and some back pandai. Until I affected teacher strengths currently in Panda. We go schools in bebre no. It be a teacher back. Obeko kra na teacher train teacher kra enya den eni ho nti na me director HR kwasai ese ye hwe kwan a obetumi aboae na ya nye teachers because teacher for no ni wo dia adusua bia nso ni wo obetumi aya amana den amana akosoro. But I wish them all the best. And then my little girl my second born so no so it can be easy for no me wish you all the best.
I see. So maybe you've just joined us work Pandai and our Valejura Pacho akwenya na beda ho ama, you know, nkola no show mun kran last minute correction be abetima draw members of parliament your attention to it. We'll be so grateful. To Pandai constituency or Valejura constituency or free on 0302 211 701 Fortunately, our members of parliament or will draw my attention to last minute HBR. They will use their powers that be at their bomodia to navigate and correct it. Echna is the big day. Ehu bia ni ho kwadar mon kanchom ehu bia ni onyame be yo madom enye ohare so omunya da agin church on come anti just contribute work Pandai or a Valejura just contribute. And first time I share a Valejura for a member of parliament Honorable Kofi Akon Loko. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. But that's the part say wajibe so but bibi come.
Oh my him that say. Dino the oya waruba nkofo bre papa. I'm who down pass so eh my head. Jere na nanum di wechi. Yes.
And this chief say that's a minimum si wanyini anasa maintaining ka Ewula Atiburukusu. Is he still there?
Oh, he's still there. So solid, strong.
Because he's been part of the movement too.
Okay.
Almost every time you are not in the Ghana.
Yes.
Ewula Atiburukusu. Oko kasa waha ana wako bibi ana wayi bibi ana, you know, all to shape
the course
the course of the country.
And he's still doing that.
Okay.
He's still doing that. I mean, Debi Ogudo. Okay. Most of the Yodeboa lower exam na evaluate for no Debi Ogudo ye.
Okay. Remember what was about Yenina Panda Benjamin Macha Bob say.
Okay.
Ejo so na ohun e
Onyame adom bi eboko.
The American and Granite or Monshana or more annual and Siatia now more joint of your Canada. Only to me at the Japan.
Okay, so Benjamin Yadasi, a chap and die for again. So, Yantuas one say, Constituency Boko.
My name is Adom.
You took over from Catherine Afiku.
Yes.
Okay, and so it is saying,
Yamnadom, Omahin, Modinkan Mincha, me evaluate. Adom TV, it's one of the best TV stations.
Thank you.
Tisha, Martin, the whole exam, Ubi Irish TV program. Said that's it. Now, this is the first time so
Yeah.
Now, you know, BBC will evaluate, see that the sitting MP Benya a second consecutive time from 1992. This is the first time you make a history.
Whoa.
Yes. Until Konbiado de Bemia a Quenya Pedamid Valojua for that privilege. Great. A young person like myself to be accepted because the Biam constituency is unique, honorable, because it is the only constituency I have 5 paramount chiefs.
I don't know that.
Yes,
I haven't been there.
The only constituency with 5 paramount chiefs. You see, Omahin, in your queen, they represent one and so. And a part you are building, you good, they be a Jumanum, Passon, a Bialing there, Passini. Namaso Manfa Queen Domintia, Munkrofanam wish our BECE candidates, so the very best of luck. In there, Abibian so the Obo Modern, Oma Bibia come, see the best one. The one in them now, I'm at the end of the day, no. Yantede evaluate jomojura yenya problems bia obi biara na ensu gudo am down obolaka mbode ye wo maban osodo ye but you as a member of parliament today you also have to play a role.
Okay, so you Axim.
Yes.
Axim Machi, I want to say hello Axim.
Hello.
Anthony, right? Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I don't know from Big Tony.
You know him? Okay, Big Tony.
Adom. Also, my former control BECE, you know, send them back to Sabako, come over to you know. It's a best side of 1 year, but one of my from 2. The one trauma check to come out. It's in Bibri, one boy, Bibri, out of war, Axim. And I say, Yamitra.
All right, that's CP. So maybe quick ones be. The last time I checked, predecessor, you maybe. Is it a stadium?
Yes. A sports complex.
A sports complex. Over to us.
Oh, Obayin, it's a pleasure I've made to the people. Ugudumpo, just last week, Moko Youth Ayariga, Youth Authority, Menen Kizim Komo. Now, Mama Assurance, because Ejumano, why you about 80%. Now, because complex no ban a puninsi.
The materials.
Yes, deteriorations yes. It's rusting fast. Yeah. And you can imagine a kawa banabo.
Yeah.
Tomaso maja to monde day in and day out today. Or say push mejumano oil complete. Not serve a purpose no. Into yada or the markuma the papa. I don't know you for me there. Say Bibia be to my jubon panchi to me ye di kundumi impa kundumi September.
That's a huge
There's this
festival.
young man who is interested in promoting boxing.
Okay.
You can imagine. Then you exactly. Exactly. And those are the plans. But I had also the so you catch on the couldn't be out in idea no better to do my jumano. We more why serve the purpose instead of Bobo. And I'm committed to that project.
The whole Axim is watching. Are you aware?
Very much aware.
And what of your is it fishing harbor or what? Is it also
landing beach. Yeah, among the landing beaches, you know, also you could do there even in last parliament in Bisa. Whole question because I believe there, it's not easy to come by funds. Into as a nation, yes, you will be ourselves, they will more faso. Because when you're the man, all how I be because Axim, Tama, Elmina, Axim is the third largest place to make there where a ferragement.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Axim?
Yes, Axim. Since colonial times. Axim is the third largest fishing community. And say, you're Boboa because they be there. Oh yeah, to Ochanam or storage facility impo your problem. Until you can imagine the investment now offering you wakaji loan or that crop. If you obey and no storage impo your problem. So also yeah, that menu sankasa. I believe that governance is continuous. Until BBO Hobiano, and I'm happy there in the common fund. Yeah, it's coming. Over hit account and say, it's don't worry, it's a process.
But the distribution of huge amounts that then go.
There's a process.
The distribution of that
it's with administrator.
Which administrator?
No, hold on. It's becoming a bit worrying because the understanding I got was it's the account of the various.
That is the impression.
No, that is not what we said.
What did he say?
What am I? Any be a man tini. So that's why we
finance ministers will release the funds, you know. But now it's in the domain of the administrator. By this weekend, next week, and
the monies are
huge, unprecedented.
Million.
Exactly.
Yes, that's what we are saying. That look, everybody, you kasano, ena ema buya.
Until the boy abaso first, unprecedented. 80%.
Waboyira koma onyewe. Yes, unhune say, scano, it hasn't got into the ground yet. But the impression our finance minister created, we are spending, we have released.
You know, I was going to take on the assembly because I told them that unprecedented in Ghana's history.
The money hasn't gone down yet.
Oh, but it's going.
I'm not saying it's not going.
I'm sure, sir, by the end of the week, any Tuesday, by Friday.
You know, most
of you don't put it for the first time. Look at the amount.
Yes. I'm highly impressed with that.
80%.
But my challenge is, and I was saying this on saying that we need to drift from the politics for the optics. No? We need to move away. We need to move away from that deceitful and this kind of a manual system. No? We need to be playing with ourselves because it's a beautiful country called Ghana. We have arrived at this point because of some of these, cross-border joint situations. And all in them, and more trinko. The money and came baby, the quarters where they are.
You've not checked. You've not checked.
My Juma. Juma. Okay. Obiaba. Ebia Wakasa Manatra. But 5 million is record.
It's not even 5 million, it's 3 million.
Oh, 5. We're talking about 20 million.
Now, so then I can't want to
we're talking about 20 million.
Let's situate the conversation. And then our
money time can so
now back to that situation conversation. Now
so we are done with the stadium, which will be continued.
Yes, about
we are done with the fishing landing beach.
Yes,
and also will be continued.
Yes, it has to.
Okay, so the Axim Road, no. The city defense, the last time by no more we are number one.
Yeah, there were a lot of hitches. City defense are way on my hand in Suta, couldn't pop it off flat.
Say you first.
Exactly. And to see they are back at work. You know, not to from your share corrections or the way, especially with the drains. Until we go, we'll start from the last end, which is Apuska. And they are doing so well. I was there with my MC just last 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. Because yes, Bibia was Shasibiano.
That's fantastic. Exactly. Because see the first Papa.
Oh yeah. Oh, beautiful done. And also we go. And now the next one is Axim
Road.
Oh, roads. Now more crying there. Where I'm from, the part of Axim where I'm from, in 2016 before you be drains no. Now leader him there. I consider the drains in an years. Now bitumen keke 8 years when to find
for 8 years.
8 years. 8 years. It's so bad. Now, muko fie biara na wale nyimensam keke I'm pushing hard on it, and roads minister also has been very positive. Until yabompe there, finance minister be release 1 or 2 things now with him. Why am waka no? Now me invite honorable na wabamu.
Oh, member, I will be in your place. I'll be very happy to.
Tomorrow you go come. But the assurance is that Bibia kechi be oside. Because he said, I'm a State, so national women organizer. My catch and also supporting. And to bring your time to cut down this yes, working.
Oh, sorry, now when your free chance to go because national.
No, my hand said, I did a Jumana, you know, there, you know, you said, and even in opposition, and disappointed.
It's something that as a nation.
I'm so happy that we are continue almost all the projects. You see, the president said that most of the projects are. The former administration are relevant for the course of this country.
Yes. So, and we've also dedicated fund for it in a budget.
Oh, good.
Yes. Budget here about 10%. Good. For continuation of project.
Now the BB of
now Just within a space of 6 months, 5 months.
Less than 6 months.
Less than 6 months.
Okay.
8 years they couldn't.
Your achievements are beautiful.
Ideas say that bar. What we've got on the table,
what they are saying, which I also am behind them, is sustainability of the gains we are getting at whichever sector. Not necessarily the city. All the gains that we are making in various.
And the city is an example.
Of course.
Yeah, we're doing magic.
Of course.
I have no many sabio anything against himself say or Kasana Mesri. I have to laugh because yes, a Mesri. Development, I've said it. Any government, successive governments, na projects be very important projects benefit and so we di up amanyosam. Now we just have projects no money den essay. Send your boss stadium ya boss on hon. Yami ya adum no wi a the same people na Yesi stadium na amon omo an ebe yusu so adenti e na sabe nipa na ya na drum pempensu bi na oba na obeto aso no na waka se won to aso na asai a good idea Rose bebre wo ho a na adodan kwa akufo ado aban ahya ase aye to a level a ebi mu kra ho no a just like okay drains ni we nyina ya ye ni nyina wie o fact between Panda and Salga road ya ye drains na e bibia wie ya mpa e bonne se aban na ba obeto aso nto aso ne de e ya de a esa ban bia ba on toaso and the media every Ghanaian see who say aban foforo ba na ene kire say oman foforo na aba oman Ghana no na eden eda so wo ho nti say ye ni yi a sabe ye nyina ye nya honfa so just like you've said no and then I say let's put it in context most governments ba a bad district assembly common fund na e bit me tua e bia 3/4 in the 4th quarter no want me antua new government na oba no ne ba betua. But I just want to put on record, say, as at the time, Nana Adom Akufo-Addo aben free so, arrears be any so. That's the thing I want to say. And then she said they've not been arrested. Maybe in between the governors, no, arrests be near. But as at the time I hear free so, December 7th, no, na arrests be any so. Arrests be any so. That is what I want to say. And two, like the optics now, can. Oh, none of Mokasa, you know. Obeka so who do assembly na scanner na ego no as we speak or since scanner wo kwan so ekọ enye nruye I just want them to know say scanner enye nru honom the monies haven't gone down
by
there
Friday na akọ
we see by Friday next year the friends and Tuesday Friday nruye tell me catch so odwen be wu no wu ya your friend odwenfu no because wontimi nkwatwetwa na menwe nti that's what I want to say and now your budget now almost 18 they are talking about 3 million per district. That's what they said, not 5 million. That one too has to be put on record. Almost 3 million. And no much guidelines, you know. But as we speak, enyem kodru. But like me bought a banner baso, me bought a friend and me baso said, projects I say you na to aso no, ye beto aso. Now where I was within 6 months or my bibi, e dey no why.
Bibi.
Me who there no why.
Acknowledge and appreciate.
I just want to know and I will appreciate it.
Challenges along.
No, I want to see what they have done.
As we speak,
yes,
the strength of the CD to the dollar that is saying.
So what have they done?
As we speak, fuel matters it is saying.
And then I mean, some of you fuel last time now over and then what I've seen significantly from them is one CD now
we'll get to that point.
And significant. I am not interested.
No. You cannot build a country when you refuse to acknowledge the good things of government and then now come to draw government's attention to the bad ones.
You have posted me severally.
I know.
And
but I'm saying that
you know me. I will not do that.
We say a question say.
Yes.
When you wake up in Ghana now, we should try, and I said, we should try and be open and honest to ourselves. Yes. We have a draw my attention. More away, but we cannot ignore that the 6 months of this or 4 months of this administration, nothing has happened. A lot has happened.
So can I continue?
Of course.
These are your words. Na me busa I say or 6 months on my ade and I'm say there no my no ko abobo so akere me say the way I will kan.
See I can't dollar.
I get what I'm saying.
I can't the management of the dollar.
Me ni uti honne. Maka kire me ho any me nkrofo bebre say one fuel politics one dollar politics e ade ehu
enye papa
ehu because it's a nsu a wudware mu a
we be foul
eso hwe ni yie ene am ni uka say woko crude oil at the well marketer relatively above form. That is a fact. We ntimi mfa free ho. Nti sabe crude oil na yeto last year no. And to prices na den above form. So automatically no ebe affect ya adwuma e wa ha. And now me you can say nation what the whole world the dollar has not been a friend because of Trump. Nema bi a wo yenti no. Ama dollar no ama for bebre ani nyi ho. Nti ama dollar na nkasa ho de den aba form. The whole world dollar buffer. Enti it is automatic say Ghana ha ye we dollar no ahon de by den e be buffer. Ye nyina nyi sa de no free so. Me gitum. But deliberate policy ben enti na me say deliberate policy ben e na o ka ho asem. Yes, sabe obofo ne ne nam nge den e ho apaso. E na me ni ka say omo na ewu abem. If dollar was 14 na Adom Akufo Adom mreso. Na ne ababe 12 a. Omo na aye
1029.
Omo na aye. Sabe omo nam ene ho apaso. Yentimi nga se nyo omo na aye. Bapa o boni omo na aye. Ntimi ende me ni problem o. But na me pese omo ti ase ne say sabe mpreduasa. China
Se ekobutu a.
Omo nga so omo na aye.
Na de ko bompa se embutu.
Obi ani ho abom. Ntina me say nema bi wo ho a. Nema bi wo ho a. Me ne wo ni hu wo ye ni hu tumi. Eya numudwa na ye dwa. Enne world market say kosoro a crude oil market say kosoro. Ade no betimi aye. You can't do anything.
Also, you're positive. Speculation.
It is not about speculation. Nana Kufa.
If it's speculation, it can be positive.
Nana Kufa can say scam. What was say? All my makers.
Speculation. You're positive. You're positive.
Winning.
See, they can't. It's a problem about here. NDC.
O ma ina me ka say Nana Akufo say scam pay dey anamebo
Correct
na ebe ye din bebre say scam pay dey is scam pay dey just speculation ya den scam pay dey that's the simple in English you don't speculate but there are things that are real they are you can't take away from us. Well market dictates so many things to us. Yeah, we are import led economy. The way you importing more than the way I export to. There are things that when they go out of hand internationally, whether you like it or not, it will affect you. And you know, I'm just saying, say, politics of oil and fuel, politics of dollar, because your money, excuse me to say, Dr. Baumia, your first time, you can't say, dollar no China to my lucky cry, and it's my IGP, because there were some favorable terms that we enjoyed, and we thought that we were able to do it. We're good to maintain it, but minya COVID-19 in never strike your dollar cross on any day. So it is a good thing we are all praying for. Me pay about say dollar yi ba bi ewi e beba from na me so me see the night me anya honden na me so me timi ya na mpese me because dollar me ni ankasa me ni bi koman mu na yeti wa ye di dollar ye Ghana for ye di cedi enso ye di dollar na e kasa ye twa ho some cancer bebre by the end of the day because we are part of the global system. So I'm not saying say but the way I mostly kasi why you why akwanya okay wonya nye where okay nya sky kura mostly mutu amunya ntua nti moma ya so nwe na ya pay ba bit na statutory payments be wo mu ntua and we believe that when you begin to pay contractors rare money down there some dynamics in this country
be a bit positive.
How old is this government?
How old? O send aka.
How old?
Oh, they are about it's a June away. They took over January. And June away. But the Okama, who be Okon, or mine to the main face here.
Oh, my name is it. Or we senior and to me, leader. Leader, you know, in governance, you can't pick and choose. So, you can there problems or what when it comes to management of electricity, for example, yeah, what's it, or NDC problem. But Moya, on the gains with regards to the dollar, as a mammy and friend,
Ominkasa.
O my no can send be there asset a raise be with regards to common fund. Leader, and also that check of funds. As we speak now, drip machines. 3 billion Ghana cedis. That's true. Even with common fund, Omahini, as at March, outstanding is 6 billion Ghana cedis.
Common fund.
Yes.
Which quarter?
Which fourth quarter
The last time I checked, the fourth quarter was not.
Which just by the way, checking the facts.
No.
Okay,
now, Omahini they get there. As politicians, no, I say a positive crap. Because speculations, no, say, oh, you're negative. I am Shishinaba. Oh, this is Adja finance minister, not Bank of Ghana. Why? Omahini, Ikrom, me say, phone and what 22,000 Ghana cedis. No, this is what it's all. And more, Techiman, I don't know, articulate a call. Upiaro for Mamo. Because Omahini will be there. Me colleague teachers. Now me Checheni and son member of parliament. Collect teachers in 2024, 2023. What you won't pay? More no water. More. She said, what? And more you do more. Be a lot more. And what you want to buy 300 cities? It's being sold as 150 Ghana cities. Yes. Brand
Money.
On my hand, say abandon as also say about because it takes a lot of strategies. On my hand. You ben you care there, your problems. Now you care there by resetting. Now resetting there, you must be saying. Until dollar we are almost the gains that has been made will be sustained because we are committed to that. That's the assurance I'm giving you, leader. The assurance is that every gain that has been made. No matter how can fuel some, and I am bored.
Well, remember not until you mukakra. Maybe you bet much remo.
Yes. On my mind.
But tired, trinity and more sad. But we are not also seeing who you know. What's in the brain?
Now, on my hand, now Monsieur Kakrama, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, another finance minister, Honorable Ato Forsen, because Momre Kinde, it comes to a time as a nation, so they take bold decisions, and that is what Akufo-Addo President, His Excellency, didn't have. Because somebody never care there, or can we attach simple there? Problems no, we the next government. That shouldn't be. We have to confront the problems head on. Energy is everything. Because this year, no say power no offer or affect bibiara. You knew more kulubu wali and shall no wali surgery and operation be light it do Mrs. Yara unkofo. But they are bail as we speak now. Ya come biara said $3.1 billion. In the end, then do we just leave it? Build on it. Then His Excellency be to market. Okay, I'm so farmer. At the end of the day, work just 4 years and we're really Ghana. And see, empire up. So by 2028, that's why 4.2 billion umpa. Oh no, so why? But that should not be. On my hand, now Yamu go fata say when it comes to the problems in the energy sector, on your debt in Coutinho, your debt, on your cover the hole. On my hand, your inefficiencies. You have problems with ECG management. You have grid co problems with her. You have net co problems with her. You have supply of fuel. Your problem. Inti, you have found 3 ways. So biaka baha no kade. Yet no from niaka just 1 city near that to fuel do. We are tackling it throughout. Ya kase sisi ya. Ya tax GMPs there. Or say you build more discoveries. I mean, your more gas supplies. Yeah, there. In order to ensure that you have gas supply, so we are building a second phase of our Atuabo, which is $7.1 billion. Or we've started GMPC so that GMPC or they start to produce LNG gas. That is one way. Insufficiencies. Make an energy committee. You start engagement with ECG. A for do my losses no inefficiency no way for it is head on. You must say renewable energy. About 8 years. An authority, a DEX that is supposed to be established at the Ministry of Energy was not done. You established an authority in charge of renewable energy. Into what I want to say in there, on your 1 Ghana cedis on levy. On my and then, every year, the government needs about $1.3 billion to buy liquid fuel. No mind, my kind of levy wabi. Or said ya bomodin ya magana for tase there. At the end of the day, no, we need to make sure that you clear debt. No, even with this Ghana cedis, 1 Ghana cedis on each liter. No, 5.7 billion Ghana cedis. It's not even enough. It is still the government would have to add up almost 12 billion Ghana cedis to that. Now, when it comes to raising money to buy fuel, you will be either through taxes and through printing of money. And that's what they were doing.
Printing taxes?
Yes, printing of currencies. How were they able to purchase these liquid crude fuels? So you can decide, say, okay, I will not burden Ghanaians. But at the end of the day, exactly. What do? Let's tackle it head on. Now, as at January, it was 16 Ghana cedis per liter. It's just about 12 cedis. Times 4 plus 4.5 cedis. It's so less. You are still saving about 8 cedis. And the assurance from the finance minister, me, Kofi Akunoku, Dimitri Atuama, Honorable Atufosin, because I know he's a genuine, fantastic guy. He knows what he does. If I have to put my head,
okay. I want to understand something he said.
I take the word of Honorable Atufosin seriously. So when he knows what he's doing, and that is what my hand. GPR to Fuya Walker strike. They suspended it because he has met them and given them the assurance. Then you know what? We can't sit down and say there we should pass on the debt. On my hand. Even for the fact there, the Ministry of Energy, yet the renewable energy green transition account, it shows you there we mean business. On my hand, in the space of a year or two, in the generation mix, on your term of okay. On my hand, we are doing what we can. That's why the government has had this fund for renewable energy fund to ensure that say thermal energy mpa ye bobo am nkrofo when you other renewable. No mind you find if levy or abe. On is the way to discourage fossil fuel. Because I mean, some share that one see the buntu mintu and that fund maybe I will shift even to solar. Also they encouraging go for there will migrate from fuel to renewable. But we are kind of Ghana for yenyim what to Obama and the May Juma. In the Yemen, but he has started well with the lowering of the dollar. But the last thing President Mahama would do, there was another option. Say, the cost of electricity, the cost, the $1.2 billion now to liquid petroleum, and he said PRC, need PRC it's no phone. Now PRC here there say account of what to them liquid fuel. So what kind of what the tariff we are paying now, electricity bills obey increase by 50%. Now President Mahama is the last person obey burden the people. So because even electricity, you increase more than 50% would have been a problem. And we are kind of Ghana for. Was started more year first time they moved ministerial appointment from 80 something to over 100. We never doubted them. We never said anything about it. Now Ghanaians would always give you the benefit of the doubt. Into my kind of one benefit of the doubt.
Just like we are giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Give us the benefit of the doubt.
Just like we are saying don't take the goodwill for granted. Exactly
so. But me kind of no matter what it is, fuel and Everton in January, it's still cheaper. Okay. One man the benefit of the doubt. But we're the last government on this earth you ever bet in the Ghanaians. Obi retail from Axim to Pandai. We kind of 1 year regime. Today most when you go first year, we implemented 6 taxes on fuel in 2016 between 2016 to 2020. Young cash. And for them to go out there, work rally support, they won't get it. Because Ghanaians are monitoring and watching us. Okay. And we give them the assurances there. Every penny I GBA will go where we've promised them there.
Okay, so for the assurance, we have to say yes to your assurance, but as human as we are, we'll keep an eye open and be watching what happens. So on the 2nd of June, 2025, this is the import of wide. We are putting 1 cedi on increasing the ESLA. So it's signed by Dr. Kessel Forsen, Minister responsible for finance. The last 2 paragraphs, and let me read it. This was a memorandum that he presented to you. And this is the last 2 paragraphs. What it says. The decision to increase the levy on petroleum prices is based on the need to find a balance between ensuring stable power supply while promoting the financial sustainability of the sector. So maybe this is key. The other ones will come to the problem. So this is the motive around them.
Yes.
What I say. The memorandum is spelling it out for us. Or say the decision to increase the levy on petroleum prices is based on the need to find a balance. That's number one. Between ensuring one, stable power supply. That's one. While promoting two, the financial sustainability of the sector, which means that the sector is debt-ridden. Two, we need that stability in terms of our power supply, which we cannot run away from. That has led to that increase in that ESLA. You agree to this?
He does.
Omahene. One way I can be dancing, so I can because it's a document that was in Parliament. Now, do you see any agency in it? Is it urgent?
Not that urgent, but it will be dependent on what we have.
No, what you read, is it so urgent?
No. It's not, from what I've just said.
Energy security.
Oh,
Energy security.
Ghana for I like Ghanaians. Abotre de omo obi pa. Na mre no so a. Na abotre no kwa. Omukra omunka ma hu sa abotre no eni ho biemu. There's a very thin line between government and opposition. Adebeche na won say masa babia na meti no nyo ho na meti. This particular bill now omodi aba. That's why I'm asking you, do you see any agency in it? This is the first time Mima who say finance minister will come under a certificate of agency.
First time.
To introduce a bill like this. First time. Look at the reasons they've given. What is the agency in it? Look, almost here the e-levy by almost a consultation. Here the 1% almost a annual consultation. And Naju the assume and almost this I believe by and pass it because the thing said or more numbers. Just say yeah they who here yeah they any wine. Uba beji 1 CD on a liter of fuel. One consultee obi even caucus minority caucus from one consultee or more.
Really?
Oh, massa.
Hey.
When I make a they whip them. Look, and number two. Oh, when I make a
media was not consulted. Other stakeholders were not consulted.
The caucus they were not consulted.
Finance committee.
Minority is impossible.
Parliament or any yeah, they were not consulted.
Finance committee.
And number two. And I'm afraid caucus meeting. Or one caucus meeting because some of them can't know woman. And I'm catching say this is what we are bringing. And everybody must be in Parliament. But you will be that night be in Parliament.
Well, you were at a caucus meeting.
Look, the leader of the minority said it. There will be a friend say pre-sitting meeting. Pre-sitting. And no, you can't leaders, no. Any speaker. Now I can say anything. At that point, and I'm catching some with the BB. That's all they said. That's all they told him. Only for them to come and introduce 1% on a liter under certificate of urgency. How urgent is this? Tell me. Order 114. Go and look at near qualifies with the baba under certificate of urgency. Because they think that they have the numbers. Nka e-levy nyasa opportunity where nkobi anye dede. And next almost say energy sector levy, inefficiencies. We were here, but then Jinapo, the minister, was saying, look, Ghanaians are not supposed to be paying for the inefficiencies of ECG.
But that is correct.
Better. Why are they begging Ghanaians today to pay for it? Why? What has changed? The ECG inefficiency. And ya Ghana phone is obohunka. But not the woman who's a Ghana phone is obohunka. And almost say cow.
It's for debt, not inefficiency.
But please, it is there. Check it. If you want to go and check it. Tie, almost say energy sector deka. As at the time, debt stock was $2.5 billion.
2.4.
2.5. Okay, 2.4. Let me even give you that. 2.4 billion. As at the time, no more. That was the debt stock. Buy na free so. Ya moves our debt stock no to 3.1 billion.
Correct.
But today, they are claiming said because of that, Ghanaians should pay 1 CD on a liter. Meanwhile, you are expecting to get about 5.7 billion Ghana cedis annually. How much was e-levy? 2 billion. 2 billion. And I must say, yes, just say, Nana Akufo-Addo dey too more thing. MPP are buying. Yeah,
In your case, it was a percentage.
That's what I'm saying. That's
one cedi.
One cedi. It makes theirs even more higher.
100% increase.
About 8. Yeah, yes, it's even higher. Big.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yes. And if you take even 2 billion out of the 5.7 now more estimate, look at what is left that you are betting Ghanaian West. And to force in buy, when the budget was read, that look, we want to free Ghanaians a burden of 2 billion. Just say Nana Akufo-Addo 2 billion. And you have gumu konso amukoyebu. Until Oba be year fiso. Ye nyina bo insama ma no my idea. In less than 2 months, because the budget was in March. Ya March na budget ni every in less than 2 months, you are bringing back 5.7 billion on the shoulders of those people. On the shoulders of Ghanaians.
As a result of the state of the economy they came to.
There is nothing like the state of the economy. There is nothing like between March and June. What is the difference?
Modi Japadia jai bye no. The one do the ne fa nemu say kai wo hono nyaju maketwa.
Yes, from 2.1 billion to 3 billion.
Bibia nsie ni anya faster. Even one of manage.
Anytime I say what is the difference? Because you left the energy sector debt 2.5.
You came to push it up to 3.1.
Exactly. Are you getting what I'm saying? And then almost complaining when you listen to the vetting of the minister in charge of energy and green transition. He said they are not interested in introducing any new tax. Their interest is to renegotiate the IPPs.
Which we are doing.
And then the emergency power supply that they signed onto.
One of the challenges.
In any case.
One of the challenges we've had.
Yes.
That has continuously, and I'm wondering how we can clear these debts in the energy sector.
Yes.
Is the IPPs
the
kind of contract that was
under
this administration.
That's what I'm saying.
Come to me.
Sa adanko dada adre na ya omunyai. Because Osha na do Nana Akufo-Addo any MPP 8 years na ye buy na. You complain na ye won say IPPs ni bi wo ha mo sign ya. Sabe ye fa omo power no produce na ye betua. Say yan fa ye betua. That is pay
take or pay.
Take or pay. Muna mo sign yo. We never sign even one.
No, the emergency at that time.
We never sign even one.
Urgency.
Are you getting me? Not Nana Akufo-Addo. Baku ni wa ya sign.
Or the clause will be a shower.
The urgency of that time.
The times that we found ourselves in
and
demanded that kind of
when it comes to power supply, and that is the agreement. Because of producing we cannot stop power. You can't stop power.
Don't worry.
You couldn't do anything.
Don't worry. Muslim you renegotiate them.
We are doing that.
You renegotiate too.
But you came to go and renegotiate and extend it to almost.
IPPs. No. Oh. No. Not Oman. All this power sector debts now they brought it
from 2.1 billion to 3 billion.
This or how we about Oman so. Muna mo sign nyina. Some of them must for renegotiation. We expect you to say you should be renegotiating. Fuel are free 14 to Abbas say
16 to 12.
Now when I catch us out of fuel 8 cedis pellet 8 cedis. About Ghana for catch on some person mutua 12 ana. Ghana for catch on some person mutua 12. So that argument now we make is free haba has say no.
Don't Mr. Yedin
me nyedi
na wo ndi ase na aka che mi kasa na me gina 16 ma me gina 12
enye
minimisi abeko 8
omahene butre wo gina 16 year wa be 12 wo mpe
me papa me pese say
me ba wo ko 11 anka
o so ba be di
system tubu omahene say na wo sese ade o me pese me ne wo ye sa we ni de wo de jana we no de on to me kan me pese me kan sese ano na nka kwanya wo mahoma o say
e betima ko fom bi
nka wo 11
eguso ko
akwanya no
it is share na be block no
en si share na do akọ 12 enka we ni 12.
So government cannot
16 to 12
do this to us.
That's what they 16 to 12. 16 to 11. No my dream say so over 12 over 11 dey am mo kwan and no dey work 12 and na wo boy hu safo he say why dey na why unye hu
me say se me to for 16 series as a January
Robin Peter to pay for
o se me here
wa unye tie
o my sisi at first so
to boase yes sir o fa omra me ha o
okay so in just for a minute
tell me yes sir o fa omra me ha
in just for a minute Doctor engineer na atuata episode the education na for mama here
that's
okay. Draw attention kakra o say good morning Omahene. We should understand payment schedule for this assembly common fund. It is calculated and paid a quarter after the end of the previous quarter.
Sure.
So at the end of the last quarter, which was December 2024, there was no way the government could pay before assumption of a new government.
Yes.
We should understand it. So what it means is that every quarter piano, arrears or at least a quarter. But he's telling you it's because of how the system is. So it cannot be the fault or the challenge of this administration.
But drip, there is.
Oh my hand, me drip to one. Me cast me take.
How many numbers for parliament? Until somebody an elected. Me na be a majority. Until I have to get more time.
But that is one beautiful thing about democracy.
Yeah.
On my catch say let the minority have their say. Then you have your way. Into crowd bank say so kasa. Yen nan crowd say kasa because you man say be kasa. Now we do voting na. No what now go baby.
So make your point.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that they cannot be saying say they've done Ghanaians a favor. Oman nye Ghana for favor. Yeah, I'm catching up. Oman nye a favor because you can't take a taxer produce only 2 billion. Now the taxer ever produce 5.7 billion. It is not the same thing. Look, the same thing.
Never the same thing.
Oman hen same power same ne. Na me say oman hen me tofu well amount. Kojina pump. Normal pump 1,000 cedis more. We know say me try 83% tax.
Cheaper than January. Cheaper than 2020.
1,000 cedis na me tofu well na amount. Sana metria.
It's still cheaper.
1,000 cedis is 1,000 cedis. Some me fuel with tank amount. 1,000 cedis now. Me no na 1,000 cedis no. Abaya Jimmy 83 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, to solve a problem.
But na me send you momo. Say o man me send you momo ji. Na fa koto fuela. Me na me send you 1,000 cedis no me tua 10 cedis.
Momo you with it.
10 cedis pe na me tua. So they should not come and tell us say o man
No, that's wrong.
That's true.
And this tax is not the same.
We are talking about tax burden. That's all we are talking about.
Okay, so
now
hold on. You go for the Malta Guinness break.
No Malta Guinness.
For the next 15 minutes on Kwabekasa.
50 minutes.
So we are back. Happy 50th birthday, Nkoma, the Chief Executive, George's Pub, Tema Community 2, and Achi, MPS. MPS and to my chairman, all-time chairman of Swamp of Meteor Kache. And so a chairman for is it?
Vice President office.
But also a board chairman for okay. One of the Okay, so chairman of Swamp of good morning. The board MPS because that first or Gapua board chair.
Okay, me I really don't have not followed him on that.
All right, so chairman more Dima Woda, George's Pub, Chief Executive. And I'm more Makokano want to play a motor birthday song, Mano. We are back to the studio.
Yes.
For a Kofi, Ako, Noko, Ewa, Evalegra, NDC, Mashemejani, and Akbandai, Mashemejani, Matthew Yendam, Honorable, also, Ewa, and we have the next 10 minutes, 12 minutes. You take almost all the time. Sure. And for see just a minute,
just a minute, yes, 2 minutes. We'll be some country or test it. Was it tell your friend 5 kilo of royal aroma was 95 Ghana. Today it is 130 Ghana. Oh, pure water was 7. Today it is 10.
I didn't want to go to Swa. Where they pay your book. And we should also be careful about the business, Ghanaian businessmen.
Oh my head.
The traders is baby.
Me catch no. And so pure water
francophone.
A price na
phone.
Francophone say cast out phone. I cast out. And you o si aduane, ye de ukwa aduane say so e ko phone. Ye ko phone akoye dem. Oh my head, nti na me person me nuane ti ase ne say. Yen as a mighty minority, we are against this task. And we can't amomati as say one city no omodi to later so no obi wo keta no to fuel ne 1 gallon otua 4.5 Ghana cedi as tax. Enya ade eboaye. It is true say omo numbers no omo de omo agim. I'm surprised even industrial players omo na omo ne omo nkan so omo ye adwuma kra no. They are surprised say government consult obia and one introduces our tax we. Intino, it is a bad tax. We think that the government should keep faith with the people. Mamika samba kwenchira omo say drip. Omahene, one of the policies that biana me das young man na me dwene ho is to see how you betimi establish assemblies. Na yema omo machines no mo betimi de ye adwuma. It was one of my dreams. Thank God akoto obi so adwum na nipa no watimi di sa ade ede aba. Ene so kwa assembly yo bakulo ho, yo tipa ho, yo a friend saying water sprayers there are about 4 or 5
under drip
no ni nyina wa assembly ene sa assembly wo fuela kwan bia enya bia no mo betumi asiesi go and look at the amount of money. Let's look at how much money is involved. And the back hole back cry is saying. And the water sprayer back is saying. Tipper back is saying. Can start scanning in our boom. Now you say scan do sign and I hear my assembly so. Go and calculate. Now let's say baby 3 million Ghana cedis.
3 billion. Debt 3 billion.
Oh,
assembly
3 billion.
3 and 5.
3 and 5.
3 billion.
3. Nyame ka kire o ma he ne say you 5 o, say you 3 o, even since we are not consistent with the number. We dey man say at the end of the day no, go and look at the money, calculate and see how much money that the MPP government has left at each assembly.
Right.
Because adjuman we betimi dey nyuma bebre. The assembly can even generate IGF with those machines. Right. They can generate IGF.
Almost renting out.
As they can even because se ko ba se obi wa adwuma bi ye. Na assembly no, you are properly constituted. Na mo work proper engineers are. They can do it because the is car.
Okay.
And so, you know, they should not think say they've done something different and the MPP didn't do anything for the assembly. We did a great job.
Senior Amida say, "O mine, ano pay me bay, me the bay in there. Or you gonna funa, you're strong one, because we are doing here, papa. There, the NDC government is the last government on planet Earth. You be ya za Obama young kofu, you want. But you share about there, you have a resetting. Now resetting so it's a problem now, so they're facing head on. Near solve, I'm a future leaders no one bread. On my hand, my can in there. In coffee, a co about train, on my hand, no 2.1 billion for the records.
Cabe.
Wolf on energy sector.
It's 2.5.
Wolf on no 3.1 billion.
More than a moja 2.5.
And 2.5. On my hand. Now what do we do?
Coco Fasona.
On my hand, IPP. They be am kede. Nkofia waka jibosia will produce electricity. Now, leader, no one tells there. When it comes to the agreement PPAs, power purchasing agreement, obi anywhere sa obaba no one can there or produce electricity. No one can there take and pay or take or pay. Take and pay. It is always take or pay because electricity no a produce we are on my into mfanya until once and yentas so there in 2016, 2014, 2015. You take them decisions, no, yeah, because from 2008 to 2016, on my hand, generation 1 megawatt you and fan not even one.
But the lights
these people always keep running away. On my hand, since I'm not in there, the population keeps increasing, and every year we need about 400 plus megawatts. Also, they can electricity generation, and when they came, they did nothing in addition. On my hand, problem in there. $3.1 billion so you buy it then IPP said $1.7 billion every month. Ghana Funte every month you hear 2 billion Ghana cedis just to manage the power sector. Now say HJ light this is the why there man no be ethical what's would be your life pay your life now so internal HJ na so there free nti say atana she edible life no intua next aya because they be you're looking nice. Exactly. So you can't leave the lights on and not pay the independent power producers. You're not doing anything good. Because on my hand, these are individual Ghanaians and international partners. When it comes to the energy sector now, on my hand, it's in millions of dollars. It's in millions of dollars. Into bid the corner and buana or on my hand, Albert Sam Nereka. Yes, see. Every year, every year. We need $1.2 billion. Adiba cities one, or 12.6 billion just to buy fuel near that power, the thermal turbines, just to produce energy. In then Yen Dodge another facing head on. And that is why we are bringing this one city. No mind, another assurance I'm going to put us in there. We've said it, and President Mahama has reiterated it there. This canon, what I call consolidated fund. It is purposely to clear the debt. And that is why even with this one city, we are generating 5.7 billion. The government will still have to come in. Omahin, now, there was no consultation. Leader, it cannot be true that there was no consultation. The finance committee made up of minority and majority were at Alisa Hotel over the weekend.
Hey.
Yes, there was a finance committee engagement. All of them.
On this particular
yes, I'm telling you. At Alisa Hotel. And also, I belong to the energy committee. Even though I was not part, leadership was.
Hold on.
Yes.
Consultation first, I want to say.
Finance committee.
At Alisa.
Alisa Hotel, finance committee. They were there over the weekend to discuss this. And leadership of the energy committee.
That was after or before?
No, before. Before. That was like 3 weeks ago. It said, a leader, no, they were not consulted. And when they talk about caucus, even if the minority leader is in a meeting, he represents the whole caucus. Me, I belong to the energy committee. I can say it on authority there. Honorable Bejra and Honorable Nassar, they were there. Go and ask Olua, the ranking is my mate at GIMPA, Energy Economics. And he's also my mate at the University of Ghana. So he was there. Oh. Colleagues, Honorable colleagues, the deputy ranking, he was there. No, it's populist. No, it's just populist. It's dishonesty at the
press
top.
conference.
Yes, they were there.
They were not there.
Hey. Yes, they were there.
It is not true.
No,
they were not there.
This is parliament.
They were not consulted.
Why would you say that?
They were not consulted.
So you mean to say that what I'm saying that the finance committee discussed it is not true?
It is not true.
Oh,
no, maybe the majority were there.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe the majority. I can't fault it.
No.
Their caucus was they weren't consulted.
Don't say that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Nkanyakupo piase say apai ko be say me no abetwe na asam yasan.
Omahen.
Ana asabi.
Man chance me say me tin no man see. Okay, so you're sure. Say, was there consultation? Minority representation. But when you listen to the press conference, just say,
say producers no be to my I'm afraid. Even if the clerk of so or maybe leadership
to pull out records.
Yes, call the ranking member there. Was he not at Alisa Hotel on ranking?
So the ranking member on energy is who?
George Abuaje.
He was there.
He was there. Oh. I met him. I was also at the committee. Economy and development. We're there. Yes. I'm the vice chair of the economy and development committee. We had a retreat there. We saw them there. They were there. Yes, he was there on a different committee. But because of that committee, that's why I was there. And there I met energy committee chairman, Honorable Bejra, and the deputy vice. The vice chair.
So it means consultation
was done. Consultation was done. So far as the finance committee discussed it, energy committee leadership were invited. There was consultation. But e-levy this taxes here our friend levy. There's wide difference. Me say if e-levy was implemented in 2016 to 2020, and Ghana we gave you the benefit of the doubt. And that is why we implemented 7-6 tactics from 2016 to 2020. Ghanaians didn't demonstrate. We were not over the roof. Because Ghanaians will give you the benefit of the doubt. When we have benefit of the doubt, we've indicated with the dollar rate today, you move the dollar. What was dollar when we came to meeting? Dollar is now 10 point something. Why would they give us the benefit of the doubt? At the end of the day, even if you are paying 1 cedi on every liter, it's cheaper than January. It's cheaper than 2024. It's a moment kind of e-levy. E-levy was even a way to it was frustrating e-commerce. Printing of CDs, or a cow, printing of notes must not be encouraged. E-levy was rather fighting e-commerce and sticking us to printing of money. E-levy was not even helpful in any way. And we told you, even with the consultations, we spoke about it, we raised our voice, but you never listened. I can give you assurance. Them an energy committee member. if this tax here that be oil 1 cedi, say if it causes increase at the pump, some of us will be the first to lead this thing there. We should look at amending the bill or the tax that has been implemented. We can do that. NDC is a sensitive government. The finance minister, Bank of Ghana governor, has given assurance that there will be no increase at the pump. Into what is the issue? Nyabotel, one kede here ndey, another NGO baby one kede, idea one kede, fuel yen ton at this price. Now we are buying it at this price. Then we can tell you that okay, then let's review it. Even if we have to repeal it, we'll do it. No problem. But the assurance is that on my hand, there will be no increase. Fuel is still cheaper. Whether you are paying 1 cedi on every liter, still you are saving 8 cedi, 10 cedi, 12 cedi at the pump, which is so cheaper. That's what it is. But you've gave us this mandate to make things work, to reset. Now, Bibi so and say, Bibi nyeye, amahin, Bibi and say, Bibi nyeye. But you look at it, you weigh. No, there. Ada was say no. Na ada orobano. One hand oboboa, and we give it assurance there. Even though we've implemented that this 1 cedi, it is for a good cause, and we are determined to clear the debt in a matter of 2, 3, 4 years. We will do that, and if we do, this tax will not be forever. It will not be like the COVID levy. We'll repeal it when it becomes useless, when it becomes insensitive. We'll respond to the plight.
But why is the COVID levy still there? Why is it? Why is the COVID levy there?
But no man, you started parliament. He said we are in the 5th month. Leader, we'll bring it on the floor, and every pledge we made, you can trust this government. So it's levy. It's not like this levy that you.
Okay, so let me walk you through the memorandum. What the finance minister will energy sector levies. Amendment Bill 2025 Memorandum. The object of the bill is to amend the Energy Sector Levies Act 2025 Act 1135 to increase the rate of the energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy in order to raise additional revenue to support the payment of energy sector shortfalls, reduce energy sector legacy debts, and stabilize power supply. The power sector is the biggest economic and fiscal risk presently faced by the country. This could lead to major crisis if not addressed. So it comes to the agency here.
Yes.
It could lead to major crisis if not addressed. So agency.
That's right, agency.
It's urgent.
Agency.
Never.
Quite urgent.
Never.
Because
Never.
no, listen. The power sector is the biggest economic and fiscal risk presently faced by the country.
Yes.
This could lead to major crisis if not addressed.
Yes.
So in addressing it, there should be a sense of urgency.
Now, even leader, you know, Article 106 clause 13. Even Article 106 clause 13. You say a special parliamentary committee. If a special parliamentary committee clarifies as urgent, it's urgent.
Okay.
So it's urgent.
So
it's even in the constitution.
There's no urgency in this. Never.
Really?
If you see, it's just that when I want to go to our standing orders, it might take my time. What I want you to know is say, and then Ubusan say, what is the state of the COVID-19 levy? What's that almost somebody, Baba?
Oh, yes, yeah, the Baba.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, Baba. Oh, yeah. Moon cannot create one.
NDC cannot create.
Moon, your trophy.
MPP cannot create.
And I say, and then they obey me. I can't.
You need to withdraw that.
It's
not true.
President say, or no, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Or no, whom be that say COVID-19, even every China. COVID-19 obian nimse COVID-19 ko young Ghana for nkwa na yare abakwa yeda so je tax ohun bi da. But
these are political comments.
And your political comment minua mesrew. We are talking about a statement that a sitting president has made.
But you've just been given the assurance you be clear.
Oh no. We're working on it. What tio say we am kan no. E na ye mesre. Adam good ada do.
You know.
Tie. Masa. Say ye baba yi budget, ye baba yi tax are free a particular document more or see or bar or no bar obey sa COVID-19
that's no ba yeguso
tie levy no mo say enye on ba o yi
na say taxes do so oh it's ye no
na COVID-19 na aba China kura o muntu hu tax biemu no and then tax na mo je no COVID-19 that's all.
Na mo butumi yi.
That's all.
Leader, by the time baba Adom TV
moment me here. Nti ka che Ghana for say. Atama makan madadam.
No.
COVID-19 sabio eko. But oman yimu die COVID-19 that's all. Until na meji ho tax. That's what president said. Into some of these things statements now are making no. Ontimi yi and then that's what you are COVID-19.
And then 5 months pay you
balance.
Just 5 months. Relax.
If a government is committed to remove a tax, well, first budgets, what the bashing?
There's so many of them.
First budget, what the especially yen you COVID-19, e wo wiase mu anyina biom no. Nko first budget, no why you COVID-19 afrim. And then that's what you are COVID-19 ka. When me say omo buy no, omo increase tariffs under PURC.
Now send the idea that IMF kind of arrangement. It's not us.
14% under energy.
No. We have
ECG 14% na man for etua. And almost this tax we have be count. You see, you can afford to be saying say
now
1% for this and
it doesn't reflect.
It's one cedi on a liter. And I'm introduce one
boy say you dibachi anka Ghana for kwanka electricity.
Now we have 8 years. Who the car after 940,000 and they are 2.5 billion. NOB yes, go check 2.1 billion. 2.5 billion. As at the time for free abemuno. Energy sector living there now.
Na say for buy no. More add even 1 megawatt.
You didn't have
1 megawatt.
What dey nya hwe mama nkama say.
Always mo dey mo pass it.
For buy no it's 940 something. Na mo beto ye. Mo pagya mo ko 2.5 billion.
Because we stop
answer na ye ba no. Mo ye campaign no. Ghana for two abama mu wi na dum hwese asa mo si dum so ne wona mo se mo ba be solve dum so mo di delay via ba. You have admitted that there is dum so in this country.
Crisis. There are crisis in the energy sector. That is what we said.
Ever local, local, jabutre. And you know, let me also put on record some mahini. Nobody was consulted. Like leader said.
Oh, don't do that.
It is not against me now.
No, finance minister. You mean the finance committee was not consulted?
Oh,
don't.
Nobody was
why
consulted.
Why you ran away from the consultation? Because
yes,
he clearly
finance
stated
committee,
reasons why.
energy committee.
Yeah, they were consulted.
Who told
for
you?
The records.
Who told you that you stayed off?
Mon frère ranking.
Obia and Frobia.
And mon frère chairman of the energy committee.
Oh,
it's true.
For the record. Ye nimre. Who say mre neko? O person who say memre. Ne me pese oti ase ne say. Nsama awokase mu di akire mu di we mu di enya no kore. For energy sector live, you know, it is good if people are back because IPPs name when you know more sign. No, we complained and told you say ebema a car.
So what did you do about it? 8 years you couldn't do anything about it. You couldn't renegotiate. Oh, leader, don't do that.
Into where we?
Don't do that.
Menya na yentwaso.
Mentwaso.
We won't touch us. And then over. Into no mind. Kasa na o maka bebrebe no. Enye no bi na hoye den. Omo ye no. It is true say as at now, omufu say omo on numbers. They can say this, come to parliament, but they should know say Ghana for no ankasa no omo hwem.
Okay.
And then also no obey charge be if there is going to be an increase.
So
roll on. I want to roll out my roll on. Boku is sleep redo do. So 3, 2, 1. What's the number?
You are NDC is in government.
0596 069 star. So that's it. Edo Bibiasi.